probably the best truck out there, bang for buck. Around the 50 to 60K margin. Not much can really beat this, to be honest. As you can see, our huge 12-inch screen over there. The cabin is perfect. Let me turn on my ventilated seats because I got that. The thing I like about this one is that when it downshifts, you lean forward ever so slightly, then it slowly caresses you back into your seat. Kinda wish it was like Waze. Wait, we can put this thing in 3D? Guys, I didn't know we could put it in 3D. Alright guys, welcome back to Hooked on Cars, and today we got a 2022 Ram Laramie. I'm honestly probably pronouncing that wrong, but Laramie, yes. And honestly, Ram has done it again. It has impressed me with the amount of trucks and the cool features this one has. Let me show you what the exterior looks like. Great front end with LED headlights. Honestly like that with our huge Ram symbol as well over there too. Honestly, this thing looks really good. And honestly, I really can't complain. Oh, huge puddle. This thing looks and sounds amazing. 5.7 liter HEMI, pushing roughly around 400 horsepower. To be more accurate, 375 to 395 horsepower. Laramie. With our 2 exhaust tips over here as well too. 4x4. Does come in rear wheel drive, but it's sequential rear wheel drive, so you can do a burnout, but only one wheel is probably gonna be spinning. If we go into the back, you're gonna see this thing is actually much more luxurious compared to the competition. Leather all around, USB ports down here. No heated seats in the back though. You get some wood trim over here as well too, and a nice silver door handle. That's kind of, it feels like so much quality though. Now, if we look from the front, you can see our huge 12-inch screen over there, and our front seat where we're gonna take this out for a drive, and everything else. Our badge over there, Laramie. And we also have some storage down underneath over here, and I believe you can fold these seats upwards if you need the more extra storage. Cup holders over here, and an extra row of seats over here so you can fit 3 grown adults in the back, which is much better than most because they usually have like a cup holder over here and makes it like a little bit uncomfortable. But the seats are so comfortable in this truck. Like 5.7 liter HEMI, and into the interior. Red lines to 7,000 RPM, top speed of 200 kilometers per hour. Probably has like an electronic limiter at 160 or 150, rough guessing. Huge 12-inch screen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and we get heated and ventilated seats. And if we go to our vehicle settings, let me show you how big the backup camera is. That is what our backup camera looks like. And we have sensors too, which is a huge plus. This thing can tow up to 4,000 pounds, which is great. Here we have our selectors. We're in 4-wheel drive auto, just because I just like to have traction, because this thing does pick up really good. Oh yeah, and this is what our dial looks like. Feels super luxurious. And let me let you guys hear what our engine sounds like. Yep. All 300 to 375 horsepowers purring underneath the hood. And honestly, this is arguably the best truck you can get your hands on a 2022 like this for around, I would want to highball it no more than 60K if you get some options, because honestly this thing is not bad. It's quick, and the acceleration and the engine notes you get from this thing is almost ridiculous. If you get like an aftermarket exhaust, This thing really rips. But if I step on it, great acceleration, decent handling for a truck. But again, the main selling point for this one is just how comfortable the seats are. Like, the seats are super comfortable. And this thing, though it doesn't have any sport mode, it doesn't need that you have 400 horsepower at your disposal. 275 to be exact, but I like to round it up to give it 400. And if I decide to step on it, I wish I could drop a gear, but if I step on it, so quick, so fast, and it's so aggressive in its shifting as well too. Like, what is not to love about a truck like this? Honestly, this is probably the best truck out there, bang for buck. Around the 50 to 60k margin, not much can really beat this, to be honest. Like, not much can beat this. And what is not to love about this truck? 5.7 liter HEMI. Ride quality is excellent, to say the least. Soft suspension that absorbs everything, and you know you can take this thing off-road if you want to. Like, you can take a bad boy like this off-road any day of the week with no problem at all. It's almost perfect. But city driving, you should get a good 23 miles per gallon. No, 17. I meant to say 17. City driving, you should get 17, and for highway driving you should get 23, which is honestly not bad fuel efficiency if you ask me. And the thing just redlines so nicely though. Like, it's perfect in every way and form. This thing is perfect. Over some of the cool features, from the 12-inch touchscreen that responds relatively quickly actually with the inbuilt navigation, which I like. The cool thing is that if you connect Apple Maps to this one, your dash over here will show you that in 300 meters you have to turn left or right. That's a cool feature this thing has added that not many people kind of gloss over, because every time someone gets into a truck like this, they usually try to talk about the horsepower, the numbers. Again, this thing is a 6-speed automatic transmission. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, I'll probably correct it with a subtitle over here, but I believe this is a 6-speed automatic transmission with all-wheel drive, well, 4x4 capabilities as well too. And Ram has honestly just improved over the years. This emblem just, I'm telling you guys, once you get behind the wheel of a truck like this, the competition kind of fades away, because I've driven Ford F-150s, and honestly Ram just takes the cake most of the time. Super fun, super good. And if you really wanted to, you can put a lift kit onto this thing and just take it off-roading, cause you really can. Sensors in the front, sensors in the back, handles almost like a dream. Only thing I wish they added, because of so much luxury, if you didn't know, some cars do come with massaging seats. I feel like that would be a little bit too luxurious for a truck, because again, with a truck you're most likely gonna be hauling stuff around. So with that in mind, I don't want it to be too luxurious. I kind of don't like the little prindle over here, the little gear selector. Kind of wish it was more so over here, so I can like just shift gears, feel a bit more engaging. Because this is nice, but not my cup of tea, if you know what I'm saying. And this thing has a ton of storage as well too. You have storage over here, you got storage down there as well, you got storage up here as well too. You get storage in the back, and this thing moves as well for more storage down here, which is crazy. And this thing at a full tank, well, we're not even at a full tank, but let's say a quarter away from full, would get you up to 520 kilometers, which is much more than, let's say, a smaller SUV, like a smaller 4-cylinder, which would get you around 400. On a full tank, I wouldn't be surprised this thing would get you up to 500 to 600 on the range, depending on how you drive. And again, with highway driving, you're eating only 17 miles per gallon, which is pretty much nothing, to be honest. Minuscule, not important. Although it doesn't have blind spot monitoring, for this amount of money, I kind of wish you would have a bit more features like that. Like, pretty sure this one does have lane assist as well. But then again, you can always use the argument it's a truck. It's not supposed to be too luxurious or too nice, because again, it is a truck. But let's do one more quick acceleration so you guys can hear the notes. And let me try and turn off my AC for maximum power and go. The thing I like about this one is that when it downshifts, you lean forward ever so slightly, then it slowly caresses you back into your seat as it takes off with all of that 400 horsepower. 375, but I'm still gonna keep saying 400 because 400 is a nice round number. Wish it had 400. That would be so nice. That would be perfect. I don't know why they started at 375, 385, but I wish they had gone at 400. To be honest, this truck has enough power for most people, but because I've had this one for a while now, I honestly want to try a 6.4 liter V8 or a HEMI or something like that, because most of them I've gotten highest displacement would be like around 5.7 liters. The 6.7 liter HEMI is probably going to be much more aggressive and much better than this one, to be honest. The cabin is perfect. Let me turn on my ventilated seats because I got that. We got a home screen. We got so many apps as well too, from media, our comfort modes, navigation. It just takes up the entire screen, which I like. It even keeps an up-to-date mark. Kind of wish it was like Waze. Wait, we can put this thing in 3D? Guys, I didn't know we could put it in 3D. That's cool. That's really cool. We get our vehicle options. We got our mirror dimmer. And we get our apps, which is nothing crazy. We get Alexa, we got device management, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Honestly, such a fun truck. I only wish it had just a little bit more power, but for that, would have to go for the higher models, which makes sense. You wouldn't want to put all your best features in a mid-range, in your mid-range model career-ish, if you know what I'm saying.